Alright, so in this video I want to go over how exactly you can downpatch your game to version 2.4.371, which is the most useful one for speedruns. And so I'm basically just going to be following along with this text guide here in speedrun.com, but in video format in case that's what you prefer. So the very first thing you should do is open up Steam, go to Talos Principal, Properties, Betas, and select one of the 4 legacy betas here. It really doesn't matter what you pick, we're just doing this because these versions should never update, and if there is an update to the game, Steam will just ruin your old version install. So switch to then, let it download. If you have the editor, also switch to the beta there, otherwise the game just won't launch if they're desynced. And then just make sure it runs properly by launching the game once. Okay, that's good enough. Just wanted to see there's no Steam error. Even if the game itself errors and it says like safe mode or something, that's fine, just as long as Steam doesn't error. We're going to go back to this guide here and copy this link here, steam://nav/console, and just open that up somewhere. Now, I actually already had this open, so let me clear console, so this is how it would look like for you. And then you're going to go back to this guide, and based on platform, you're going to copy one set of these commands, one at a time. So in Windows, I'll copy this set, let's get that first one, paste it in, and let it download. Now I've already actually downloaded all of this, so you won't have to sit through all that, but just go for this first one, so say downloading, and then shortly after... My internet's apparently really slow right now if it can't handle 11 megs. Okay then. Well, let's just pretend that downloaded. Once everything's downloaded, you're going to go switch Steam into offline mode. That'll also cancel the download on my end, but don't worry about that. And you're going to go into your main Steam folder here. Note this isn't necessarily the one where Talos is installed. You can see my folder here is empty. You're going to go into Steam, Steam Apps, Content, at 257510. And you should see 5 different depot folders like this. We'll just leave that there for now while we go to where Talos is actually installed. Now here then, rename your existing Talos Principal folder. You can see I actually also have some other versions installed, but don't worry about those. And then create a new, the Talos, if I can spell, Talos Principal folder. Now what you're going to do is you're going to open each of these depot folders and just copy the files across into this Talos Principal folder. And there we go. Just wait for that to finish. And you can also delete the files in your Steam folder if you want, but I think it's good to keep backups. Then you're going to go back to the guide, and in step 6 there is this link here. If you download this script, you're going to go into your bin folder, just copy the script in here and run it. Now this will request admin, so my screen probably just went black, yep. But request admin, you accept it, and it says successfully created link. Just select a 64-bit, will now safely launch the 32-bit version instead. So basically this version is old enough there was no 64-bit version, so if you accidentally launch it, it would cause Steam to re-download and ruin your install. So this just fixes it. If you're on Linux or Mac, just note how it's created symlinks. It's created this x64 folder, and it's created symlinks to all the files above it. A bit of googling should be able to work out how to do that yourself. If it's really a problem, just come in the Discord and ask one of us. And then you can also delete this file if you want, it doesn't really matter. Once you've run that script, just go launch the game here, and just to show it off, I will launch 64-bit and it will be fine. Oh, the screen went black for a second, here we go. So we didn't get a Steam error, this error is actually completely fine. Executable signature verification failed. You expect to get this error. Actually you only expect it on Windows. On Linux or Mac, it'll launch the game perfectly fine. But on Windows, you should see that error. If you don't see it, you probably didn't actually downgrade properly. And so then you're going to come to step 11 here, and download this script, which is this one over here. I'm just going to run that instead. And this also requests admin, so my screen went black for a second. but it will properly launch the game. And basically, there's an expired certificate in the game, so you need to set your date back to 2016 to actually launch it, but only on Windows for some reason. Anyway, now that I'm in the game, you can see this is on version 244.371. It's just there, everything works. You can now close it, and in Steam go back to online mode. And now, whenever you launch Talos, it'll be in that older version. If you're on Windows, you will have to keep launching it through this script here, otherwise you'll get that error, but because it's not a Steam error, it's still fine. You can just close the dialog and launch again. Just show it off again, let's try launch. Oops, just trying to close the advertisement. Let's go try launch. Error, my recording goes black, here we go, error. But if I launch through the batch file, again my screen goes black, and it launches perfectly fine. Yep, so that's it, you now have the old version, and feel free to do runs on here.